Oh! Hello there, Site 42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation community. And welcome to another Dr. Sherman's Office Hours, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site 42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for the last 9.5 months and counting, because the daily stream streak remains strong, I am here to open my office door to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff that contain them, the groups of interest that try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview, perhaps they're from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next approximately 2 hours, maybe a little longer, if we get zesty with it today. We shall see how the stream's energy is. But before we begin, a little bit of housekeeping. A stream that isn't at 1 a.m. for me. Yay, congratulations. I did, in fact, get up early enough to do a slightly earlier stream. Everyone rejoice. Sir, you're always humming at the start. What song is it? Intern Monster. That would be the Gravity Falls theme song. Give it another listen. You will hear it. Intern Rowan Ward and Unholy Phantasm. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Desk, good to see you alive and well in the chat. Now, Lucas the Intern, thank you for being our #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team, i.e. congratulations on being first chatter. Also, yes, I do concur with your primary first place statement of the stream. Fuck ice. Agreed. Furthermore, Senior Researcher Alex, Amber Chaos, Titanborn, Lil Ghost, Notorious Gaming, Alki, Red Fail Hawk. Everyone who I have just named, thank you for being here punctually, and thank you for being members here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Meanwhile, Asmara Khan, Deltafell, Dragon Cub, The Wind is Blowing You, and Minty Andrea. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being punctual. And thank you for being here today, just for being you. So, today's stream subject. Oop, it's not stream subject time. I almost forgot. Don't forget that today's stream is sponsored by us here at Site 42. We have recently released a new piece of merch, the Reservoir Dogs t-shirt. The famous Reservoir Dogs pose, but with Dr. Alto Clef, Dr. Kane Pathos Crow, Dr. Theron Sherman, Dr. Jeremiah Sumerian, Dr. Benjamin Kondraki, and Dr. William Wallace Weddle. Iconic SCP Foundation researchers being iconic as always. You can have it on this soft and comfortable t-shirt, available now in collaboration with Jade PNG, notable SCP artist, as well as the scpstore.org, who helps us work on our merch. So thank you to them for collaborating with us on this sponsorship. If you want your own Reservoir Docs t-shirt, head to the link that is pinned in our chat or in our description, or the link that Desk is going to share in the chat already has, because Desk is always glorious and on key. So, thank you to ourself for sponsoring ourself. Now, today's stream subject is, we are not dumb with DONECON. We are not done with DONECON. I don't think we're going to get through all of the articles today. I don't think we're going to get through all of the articles at all. But I think this third and final day of DONECON is a good ending point. So we're going to do one more DONECON stream. We're going to look at some more of those prompts, those crazy, crazy prompts. And if I think the prompt is worthy of a look, we will look at the SCP related to it. And we will see how seriously or silly they took that. Of course, if an SCP author does deign to join us in the Site-42 Containment Hazard Assessment team, I am always willing to allow a little bit of shameless self-promotion and check out their article as a thank you for joining us. So maybe we'll hear from some SCP authors today to see their articles quickly glazed over, and that's not the word I wanted to use. They aren't donuts. They are SCP articles. Skimmed over. Now they're milk. Now they're donuts and they're milk. I need another word. Ugh. Anyways. Let's take a look at the prompts for our first DONECON entry read-through of the day. So, we ended on Dedo is the holy seventh of the second Hightoth. So, we are going to move down in prompts from there. Gloss! Thank you, Rar Caution. I did mean gloss. They are delightful pieces of art. They are like ceramic pots. I meant gloss over. I did not mean glaze. I did not mean skim. Although, both of those are kind of true. I am going to glaze these articles because of my respect and enjoyment of the SCP community. But that's not what I meant to say. Lil Ghost, thank you for sending some flowers to today's chat. So, the first prompt in line to see if it stuns me enough for me to take a look at its article. That duck has a lot of guns and knows how to use them. Yeah, no. I want to know about the gun duck. I absolutely need to know about the gun duck, so that's where we're starting. Kaiju Enthusiast, thank you for gifting. I don't know what GLHF means, though. But thank you for gifting it to the chat regardless. I hope it is not a memetic hazard. Dr. Beak, thank you for a bronze medal. Not that we're not solid gold here at Site-42. I'm sure that's just the option they gave you. All right, let's go look at this very American duck, as intern Todd says. So this article about a gun duck was written by Velvet Nell. The prompt is from Vilsolad. So let's see what Velvet Nell wrote. Velvet Nell, where is your article about a duck with lots of guns? Please tell me you wrote the duck gun piece. I'm not seeing a gun duck on this list right here. Please tell me you did not forget to post. It's not here. My disappointment soars. Oh no. I've caught the vapors from the lack of gun duck. I'm not going to make it, staff. I was so excited about gun duck. There is no gun duck. Disappointed! Okay. All right, it's fine. It's fine. I'm only a little mad. It's fine. It's fine that Velvet Nell is dead to me because they did not succeed in creating the gun duck. That's what's fine. You, terrible person who I don't know, and is probably a fine person, but you have angered me in this one moment, and I'm going to take it out on you and the world. Anyways, Velvet Nell, you're fine. Now, where were we? Let's see if the next one comes up. Goodbye. Goodbye, Gunduck. You were just a spark in the eye of the author. You were so close, but you were never born. All right. By the way, just because it wasn't written doesn't mean it can't be written. The quote, prompt, "That duck has a lot of guns and knows how to use them," is on the table now. That means it hasn't been written. That means you could be the creator of Gunduck. Be the Gunduck you want to see in the world. I believe in you. All right. Here we go. What's next? Guy who kills you by stealing your butt. So the butt ghost has escaped the toilet. That is terrifying. I would be afraid if the butt ghost got out. I mean, at least the butt ghost is at home in a toilet, so you can always check and be safe if you don't find the butt ghost. But if the butt ghost was roaming, that would be terrifying. And before we go into this, because we are going to go into the guy who kills you by stealing your butt, I am interested in that. I did see someone ask, what is DONECON? So in case you haven't been here recently, DONECON was an unofficial contest run on the SCP Wiki. It was run by a couple of users, not the official contest team. The goal was simple. Unofficial content in which participants submitted one bad, dumb, or otherwise challenging writing idea to be randomly given to another participant. Each participant then attempted to write their assigned prompt as a main list SCP. The winning prize winner gets a Content Farm parody article, or parody video by Radiger, which goes to Plague PJP's Insect Shower. Number 2, art of the DONECON article was the number, I forget the number of this one, but it was Tactical Necromancies. That was the museum in Montana. I remember because their user handle is also the OC's handle, is also the department they work for. And then Public Shaming, some bad art was won by Lord Stonefish for the community's proposal, where all rich people got squished like a bitch. So yes, a contest where the goal is to take a terrible idea and write it. Which, as I said in yesterday's stream, and I will say again, there's no such thing as a bad idea, only bad execution. There's no such thing as never, there's no such thing as always. There are always exceptions. And also there are never exceptions. But depending on your skill as a writer, you can take something absolutely ridiculous and make it awesome. And that's what DONECON represents to me, and that's why I am so excited by it. Now, real quick. No! Not again! I can't be disappointed twice in a row, Desk. No! No, 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 no. No, 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 Penumbral Choir, you did not fail me as well. Penumbral Choir, you did not fail me as well. No butt-stealing entity is on the list. Why? Why is this torturing me? I just wanted Gunduck. I just wanted the butt thief. Why? I am getting... As Titanborn says in the chat, this is the second time I've been dumb blocked. no! Okay, I'm going back to the prompts. Penumbral choir, you are also along Velvet Knell in the circles of hell of people who disappointed me, which is not actually that bad of hell. There's a nice hotel, and the ice machine doesn't work, so you have to have all your drinks room temperature. That's the extent of the torture that you're going to go through for disappointing me. Okay, I saw a Ko-Fi notification. Let me get that before I miss it, and we go on to the next prompt. Blake Arnold, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, and thank you for making the effort to go to the Ko-Fi, because the Ko-Fi only takes 3% of your donation approximately, while the YouTube Super Chats take a solid 30% of your donation. So by going to the Ko-Fi, you are making your donation go further, which is why we greatly appreciate the effort. Grab yourself a gourmet hot pocket on your way past the commissary. Greetings, Dr. Sherman. The object from SCP-3200 that we have been observing has returned. We are continuing to monitor SCP-3200 and watch for more objects, and to maybe find the crew of scientists we sent to study it. Well, yes, please do not lose any more crew members. It would be nice to not have to restaff. The budget is already ballooning as it is. I mean, it is quite a journey to research that anomaly, but please be frugal. Amber, thank you for sending a heart to the chat. All right. We gonna be all right. Thank you for your 5 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Staff toilets are clogged again, my bad. Is that how the butt ghost got out? Are you how the butt ghost got out? Wait, the butt ghost didn't get out because there is no article. So, you're fine, I guess. Clean it up. Also remember, Gun Duck and Butt Thief are on the table to be written since they didn't get completed. So, unless they are still writing it. I don't know if they're still trying to finish their articles or if they gave up. But, you know, the same idea can be written by two people, and the way that they write it could be completely different. I.e., we have a statue that moves when you blink, but it tries to break your neck and it poops everywhere. And we have the statue that moves when you blink, but it just gets behind you, so you don't know where it is. And then when you turn around, it gives you a heckin' spook. So two statues that move when you're not looking, but two very different articles. Black Phoenix, thank you for sending a floating heart to the chat. Okay. What's the one that goes behind you? Lucas the Wolf. Statue. Spook. SCP. 173, the ones everyone knows. It's the other statue. What's the other statue? Statue that scares you. SCP. 650. 650, codename the Startling Statue, is the one that gets behind you to give you a hecking spook. All right, on to the prompts for DONECON. Third time's the charm. The third one we pick must have been finished. Maybe. All right, a sapient and sentient cloud that can only communicate using internet meme slang. Its vocabulary is limited to terms ranging from the MLG montage parody era, Get Wrecked 360 No Scope, to Gen Alpha slang, Skibbity Riz 67. The anomaly is incapable of normal conversation and must convey all thoughts, emotions, and information through the specific linguistic styles and tropes of these eras. So, while this does not stun me, it seems like an average DONECON idea. It will cause a lot of pain to Desk and the Containment Hazard Assessment team, so I'm going to move forward. Alien Space Bat is our target. Where are you, Alien Space Bat? Do you exist? Did you actually complete your article? Or is this the third time we have been dumb blocked in one? Yep, this is the third time. 3 for 3. No. We're getting a freaking article today. Damn it. It's going to happen. It must. Some of these researchers must have finished their freaking documents. And by the way, Meme Slang Cloud is now in the open slot choice to write alongside Gunduck and Butt Thief. And Alien Space Bat, you are my new in the hell where the refrigerators were all unplugged when you got there in the hotel. So you have to plug them in. They'll eventually get cool, but they take a really long time. So you can't keep any leftovers in the hotel. Circle of hell. All right. When did YouTube add the new gem gifts? Black Phoenix, we literally got that functionality yesterday. It just popped up. And so here we are with YouTube adding new features to our streams. Okay. Okay. Maybe prompt 4. Maybe prompt 4 will be the one. Prompt 4 will be the one that works. Oh dear. Oh dear. Did you eat the Bible and go to Jesus Land, Dr. Sherman? Intern Infernal, yes. If you watch today's short, it is the delivery and me complaining about receiving the Bible that I had to eat. If you go to the related video, it'll take you to the VOD of the stream where I had to eat the entire thing. All right. Next up, next prompt. Evil Dado, awful communist. Well, I am worried about that, but after the last Dado article, which at least got posted, I'm not... I gotta check. I gotta see if they did Dado better. Again, no hate to the previous person. I just feel that the Dado voice wasn't what it could have been. So Shirley Sterling, are you gonna be my 4 of 4? Oh, you're mentioned here several times as opposed to just 2 times. Maybe. Hey! SCP-9625. SCP-9625 by Shirley Sterling. That's a combo breaker for you hoping that we got dumb blocked again. So, Shirley Sterling, SCP author, actually finished their article, which is called SCP-9625, Codename When Life Gives You Lemons. What is our evil mirror universe communist Dado going to do with lemons? Hopefully, they're not exploding lemons. Exploding lemons would be really funny, though, because evil communist Dado could use it as a metaphor for online politics, where the joke is we're not going to do politics. Our whole politics isn't about voting. It's not about advocating for what we want. It's just about firebombing a Walmart, and then they never firebomb the Walmarts. So, incendiary lemons could be a very funny commentary on that. I doubt that's the direction they went. I'm just saying it could be funny. I'm gonna burn your house down with the lemons! All right. What do we got here? SCP-9625. When life gives you lemons. Clearance level 2, restricted. Containment class Euclid. Secondary class ISOL. I do not know what an ISOL anomaly is. Do you have a footnote for ISOL? You do not. I'm just going to have to take that on faith that there is a object class called that. Because I don't know what an ISOL is. Also, it is just lemons, apparently. 9625s resemble lemons of the Eureka variety. Okie dokie. Let's see what we've got, people. Special containment procedures. Oh, what the hell? Before I get to special containment procedures, the assigned site is Site 58. That's not unexpected, but the site director is 055. 055 is overseeing this project. That's unusual. Dr. Aaron Baskerville, research head, Mobile Task Force Pi 1 is in charge of it. Special containment procedures. Dash 1 and Dash 2 are to be held in temporary standard humanoid containment cell until further notice. Every month, Dash 2 must provide the Foundation with all the lemons produced by Dash 1 to avoid clutter and support research. Because 9625 poses no immediate threat to the Veil, the containment procedure should instead focus on 9625-2 and its cooperation to facilitate easy containment. Upon request, Dash 2 will conduct a recorded interview with Dash 1. Dr. Aaron Baskerville will provide Dash 2 questions for Dash 1 to answer. SCP-9625 is a collection of anomalous lemons that manifests from 9625-1, which in turn is currently under the ownership of 965-2. 9625-2. Upon consumption, 9625 grants the user a 20% chance to get a 10% increase in luck over the course of the next 24 hours. A 20% chance for a 10% increase in luck. I mean, that's not necessarily nothing, but it is questionable to how we even registered that. That's such a small chance to get such a small buff. Huh. SCP-9625-1 is a small lemon tree that produces instances of 9625. 9625-1's appearance is standard for a lemon tree with the exception of a distinct glow while communicating. Interactions with Dash 1 are possible only with Dash 2 during brief 5-minute exchanges of lemon offerings. Dash 1 will double its lemon output every month. The Dash 2 is David Cooper, a junior programmer living in Brooklyn, New York. Before acquiring Dash 1, Dash 2 identified itself as a NEET, not in education, employment, or training, has been unable to attain any jobs for over the past few years according to its personal history. That is a strange sentence. I would reword that. But also, do people in Brooklyn typically refer to themselves as NEETs? I thought that was specifically a Japanese cultural term. Or don't they have another word for that? Lucas the Wolf. It's a NEET spelled N-E-E-T. N with 2 E's T. It means not in education, employment, or training. It means you ain't got no job. It means you ain't got no classes. It means you ain't doing nothing with yourself. You got to be doing something with yourself out there. Live your life. Work hard. Train yourself. Get good. All right, well, we got a NEET. Here we go. Dash 2 once lived with its parents before moving to a low-rent apartment after its parents forced it to move out. Based on recording and testings, Dash 2 has a strong aversion to lemons. Dash 2's history of bad luck, there is no relationship between it and Dash 1. Addendum Discovery. Was discovered that the Foundation detected unusual probability interference in small parts of Brooklyn. The device's radar shows a lemonade stand with the picture as the main source. Investigation revealed the lemonade containing 9625 was made up with up to 12 lemons and 70% water, despite being behind on water bills. That's a Rude footnote. Why is our researcher shaming this guy for being behind on the water bill? Is this SCP-001-J, the broke god? Are we just ragging on this -2 now? And the lemonade was made with no sugar. All right, this -2 really needs to get itself together. Many customers at the stand are -2's neighbors, who expressed their surprise and delight at -2's willingness to contribute to the community, although they had hoped the lemonade would in fact be sweeter. Mobile Task Force Pi 1, codenamed the City Slickers, was able to contain 9625-2 by posing as police, apprehending -2 under the guise of suspicious drug-related crimes as a cover story. During the containment attempt, -2 resisted arrest, shouting, "I'm not going back to jail!" Footnote, -2 is shown to have no criminal records. Oh my god. I can't tell if this -2 is more or less of a loser than the holder of SCP-5175. I mean, at least 5175's owner had a job as a mall cop. Beagle Bab Sky, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to Site 42 staff. Pi 1 also managed to retrieve the -1 during their search of its apartment. They retrieved it? I feel as if the City Slickers Mobile Task Force team does not come equipped with lemon tree growing. Can you grow a lemon tree in a house? In an apartment? Are lemon trees just small enough that I did not know this? Can you grow a lemon tree indoors? Huh. Okay. I am learning today. It turns out that there are tiny lemon trees that are more like lemon bushes. Well, that's also because there's no such thing as a tree if we get into the technical taxonomy of plants, but I'm not going there right now. I have never seen a tiny lemon tree that you could have indoors. That is adorable. Love that. I kind of want a tiny lemon tree. I enjoy lemons. I can just eat a lemon, like straight up. I don't need to put sugar on it. Lemons, I just love sour things. So, nice. Cool. Oh, and a lemon tree is only like $60 if you get it from a, not sponsored, 1-800-flowers.com. So you can get it, you can send someone flowers, or you can send them a tree that they need to have and take care of now. But, you know, when you, from a website, give them lemons, I guess. Okay, real quick before I return to the document. Intern Rodriguez, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a lemon bar on your way past the commissary. Guys, does anyone know where the test tank is in Site 19? Okay, first of all, there are multiple testing tanks strewn across the site. They have a lot of anomalies. You can't move very far, so the testing tanks are spaced out. Did you lose one? Is the test tank gone? You need to tell me more. Epsilon 11 Troop, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some lemon heads on your way past the commissary. That's it. I'm joining the Chaos Insurgency. No, you're not. No, you're not. The rest of your team, who is watching you closely, are not going to let you defect alive. Oh, you may try and defect, but you won't live through it. Traitors don't get it, man. All right. Going back to the lemons. Addendum, interview with the -2. -2 is placed in an interrogation room after some struggles with the guard. After being placed in a seat, Baskerville sits on the opposite side, remaining calm, while -2 is still agitated. Greetings, David. How are you? I don't know. Where am I? Relax. You're just here to answer a few questions. We have warrants for your supposed drug-related crimes. We simply want to make sure everything is legit. Drug-related? The hell I ever do. We were given an anonymous tip. Apparently you were selling illegal substances. Sounded pretty urgent, but we wanted to double check. Hold on, I don't even use weed, and never will. Oh no, he's a neat against weed. That's worse than a gamer against weed. That's why you're here, to state your case. This will go smoothly if you cooperate, understand? Sure, I guess. Good. Now tell me, where did you get the lemon tree? Lemon tree? It's just a lemon tree. What's so suspicious about that? I don't know. You might have no permit for selling drinks like that. Who the fuck needs a permit for this shit? Food stamps might not get me sugar, but it's fine. You don't have my warrant to search through my crib. Can you really not get food stamps for sugar? I feel like sugar as a baking, cooking implement might be on the food stamps list. Can you buy sugar with food stamps? Yes, you can generally buy granulated sugar, brown sugar, and other sweeteners with food stamps. SCP author. You need to do your research before making such statements. Otherwise, you will be called out by Dr. Sherman, the most pedantic of all SCP doctors. There was a contest. I got a trophy and everything. Look, how did you get that lemon tree? I don't know. It just showed up in my bedroom. It even speaks to me about something like, when I give you lemons, you better make them lemonade. I don't even like lemons. Interesting. Has it said anything else? No, not really. Yeah. I'd like to know your daily routine. I'd like to know your daily routine. That's just a typo. That happens. Remember, SCP authors in training, read your article out loud using your mouth, because when you look over it too much with your eyes, you will start to glaze over your vision and you will not see the words for all the words. When you say it out loud, then you get the full picture. Mind filling me in on any questionable substances you might have been exposed to? Getting a little personal, don't you think? I can't help you unless I get the full picture. All right, fair enough. Typo, you didn't capitalize, all right. Just give me a moment. I mean, like I said, I've never done drugs before. I even think doing marijuana is too much for me. The only addiction I have is being online 24/7. Let him guess. You mean let me guess? My patience is thinning, author. Let me guess. 4chan? No. Damn, you got me right there. So why'd you say I'm not going back to jail even though you have no criminal records? God, I was panicking, okay? Fuck, now my neighbors will think I robbed banks and shit. I mean, we all fumble sometimes. Alrighty, that's settled then. We'll keep you in the cell until further notice. Wait, you guys ain't questioning me further? We have our own methods, dear. Cool, I guess. So, do I get my lawyer or end log? Alright, I'm gonna be honest. The amount of typos, as well as the fact that that log was fairly long for not getting a lot of information by, is turning me off of reading the rest of this article. I apologize, author. I'm sure you worked hard. I'm actually quite impressed for how many people are first-time SCP authors throwing their hands in the ring here. And this is not incompetent. I'm not saying it's bad. But I am saying that, you know, there's a certain threshold where I lose interest. And the typos, the unresearched facts, it just tells me that this needed some more cooking. I would like to see more cooking in the future. More thoroughness. Oh no. Oh wait, no. Is the researcher flirting with the -2 at the end here? Because then I'm going to lose it. You do not flirt with anomalies, nor do you flirt with the -1, -2s associated with them. No! Do not flirt with the -2s. Don't do it. At least SCP author Shirley Sterling opens their author post by saying, I know this is still undercooked and all, but I have nothing left to lose and I'll just edit it later. I look forward for the updates. Because right now, I agree. Undercooked. Let's see how you clean this up. But, as I said, not terrible. Not terrible. It's on its way. It is much more competent than a lot of cold posts. So you're en route. Just finish the job. Finish the job. I understand contests have deadlines, so it's not a hate situation, for sure. All right, popping over to the chat for a bit before the next DONECON entry. Clicking the notifications here. Repopulating the chat. Agent Purger, thank you for sending multiple bronze medals to today's Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Containment Hazard Assessment Team. Oh, while we are discussing the in-between of the in-between of DONECONs, let me clarify something that I'm seeing around the SCP community that you just want to keep an eye on. So yesterday we talked about the fact that the author Dr. Bright's works have been blanked. So they have been blanked due to the process debating removing them all permanently from the SCP Wiki due to their content and due to their association with the author Dr. Bright, who got banned for all of that alleged grooming and problems. And the fact that their clout makes them popular enough to keep finding victims is why the SCP Wiki is debating doing something about the articles rather than just leaving them up. The thing I want to point out is, at least right now, the blanks are temporary. And what I mean by that is that they are blanked until the end of voting. And at the end of voting for which of the 5 proposals staff will go forward with regarding these articles, that dictates if the articles are summarily deleted completely, if they are left up completely, if they are left up with some sort of disclaimer about the actions of the Dr. Bright author, if there are some articles deleted, some left up with a disclaimer. They're going over that right now, so some of the articles, if not all of them, might come back with or without disclaimers, depending on the staff vote. I will tell you this, based on how I see staff discussing the situation, it seems like the majority of the works might be deleted, but some of the more popular ones might be left up with disclaimer. Something about if people go looking for them and they can't find them on our site, then they'll go elsewhere and maybe be shown pro-Dr. Bright issues, versus them coming to us, hearing the actual situation, and then knowing, okay, well then I'm glad I looked. Furthermore, Delta fell. Why can't people separate the author from the work? You're going to have to understand that separate the art from the artist is a spectrum, where there are times when you absolutely should never do that, and there are times where you can do that. So let's consider it like this. H.P. Lovecraft, dead. Hundreds of years. At least 100 years. Not hundreds. Maybe even like 70 years. I don't know. Point is, H.P. Lovecraft was super racist. Now, if you want to get into, okay, he got better at the end of his life a little bit, cool. But let's just say he never did. Let's say he was super racist till the day he died. Consuming the works of H.P. Lovecraft now do not support H.P. Lovecraft continuing to be racist. You're not helping out the author by consuming H.P. Lovecraft's works. So separating the art from the artist there, and, you know, considering the themes critically of, oh, all of these unknowable monsters might have been allegory for people of different races who H.P. Lovecraft was super racist against. Meanwhile, let's not forget that the name of Lovecraft's cat, which we don't say. Oh, less than 100 years. Thanks, chat, for the update. Learning something new again. Meanwhile, if you are a fan of the anime Rurouni Kenshin, the main creator of Rurouni Kenshin was arrested for just having so much CSAM material. And by the way, I'm sorry, trigger warning if discussing CSAM material is a problem, but discussing Bright and this situation, it comes around. So yes, the main creator of Rurouni Kenshin was arrested for that. If you purchase Rurouni Kenshin merch and DVDs and stuff like that today, you are putting money in the pocket of that person. Many people would say that is less acceptable than H.P. Lovecraft stuff. You could go into the morality of supporting Harry Potter with all the J.K. Rowling turf business. Frankly, I don't engage in it because of it. Some people, it's in the middle of their spectrum where they're okay with it. I don't agree, but it's not the same. And so for Dr. Bright, the reason people are so adamant that you can't separate the art from the artist is because the art, A, gives Dr. Bright the clout to, hey, I wrote Dr. Bright on the SCP database. Do you want to come back to my place? Furthermore, and so yes, removing those works takes away that power. Secondarily, the character of Dr. Bright is imbued with the author's not even contained possession kink, and in multiple articles on the wiki was known, Dr. Bright, the character, was known to ogle and be attracted to minors. So, at this point, it's time to, as I said, throw the Bright out with the bathwater. Because the character itself is tainted by the author, and the author is gaining clout and victims by doing so. So the whole thing, there are times when you can separate the art from the artist. There are times you really shouldn't. I hope that explainer makes sense, Delta Fell. I see you going WTF, so I think you might now understand the situation a bit better. Okay. Hopefully I don't need to talk about this again during stream. I would like to get back to the fun DONECON stuff. But before the beginning here, Zombie Cat, thank you for also sending a bronze medal to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. All right. I use comedy to deal with dark situations. Oh, intern Sprite, we must. We must laugh so we don't cry. Questions. The SCP Foundation funded by the government? And if yes, does the government control the foundation? Intern Todd. The foundation is an NGO, a non-governmental organization. Think of it like the Freemasons or something like that. Now, does it have... It takes private funding, which means we are not to answer to the government. But of course we have spies in the government. We have people who give us information. But no, we do not answer the government and we do not pay taxes. Except for our front companies so they appear legitimate so they don't get raided. But the main bulk of the SCP Foundation does not pay taxes and is not under the government. How long is left on stream? We are currently 50 minutes into what I said was going to be a 2-hour stream. And we've only talked about one SCP article. Because we had 3 failure launches and a Bruno tangent. So why don't we go back to the DONECON? Can we go back to the DONECON and get another SCP that actually works? Please? Okay. Wait, did this rearrange itself? Oh, okay, there's results and then entries in order of posting, I think. No, that's the randomized entries. Okay, so we are looking for the last prompt I read so we can continue on. Where are you at? 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 Go, 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 go. There we go. All right. The next DONECON article from the SCP database. Wait, back channel check. Huh. A lot of dogs on today's DONECON list. But hold on one second. Just as a quick answer, Intern Brave asks, new here, what's this channel about? Welcome to Site 42. I am Site Director Dr. Theron Sherman. I run this joint. And we are part of the SCP Foundation. So if you're here, it's usually to ask questions about the deep and mysterious workings of the SCP Foundation's anomalies, containment procedures, groups of interest, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the Foundation's purview, i.e. a different fandom. Today, we're going over a contest that has been held on the SCP database regarding dumb ideas turned into legitimate SCPs, kind of as a writing exercise. So, Desk is offering... Oh, already found the next one. Very good. So the next prompt is a golden retriever that will retrieve you anything if given enough time, i.e. Mr. Deeds, but maybe more powerful and also a doggo? And I feel that if I don't look at the dog article, then my chat will riot. So I feel like I have to look at the dog article. So let's check out SCP-9204, codename Tower of Dog Headache by Nebulous Star. It starts with a SkipNet database entry. Interesting. Welcome to SkipNet Access Port. You have one new message. Open? No. Please enter your command below. Open folder 9204. Opening folder. SCP-9204 Temp Doc. Notice, this file is currently under review and may contain incomplete or inaccurate information. Please refer to supporting documentation for up-to-date information. Item number SCP-9204. Special Containment Procedures. Standard animal care procedures are to be used for 9204. During care activities, personnel are to avoid using the word fetch near 9204. Authorized attempts to retrieve objects using 9204 are to be supervised by no fewer than 2 individuals, with 1 or more stationed outside of the facility. Description. SCP-9204 is a male golden retriever dog colloquially referred to as Milo. When given a verbal command to fetch, SCP-9204 will always retrieve an object. This retrieval is uninhibited by distance, size, or other factors that would normally limit feasibility. A minority of requests result in retrieval of an object other than the one requested. The significance of non-target objects retrieved is unknown. Okay, let's see what we find here. Emails from a E-Fish to a B-Mill. Hello, Brian. I am slightly concerned about my assignment to the 9204 project. Is there a reason you've added me to it? This is not the type of project I typically work on, and I'm not sure that my perspective will be particularly helpful to the team. Best, Aaron Fisher. Response. Don't sweat it. I know you need time. This should be less intense than your normal stuff. Figured it wouldn't hurt to play with some a dog. Brian. First-person narrative brainwave. You don't know why that response pisses you off so much. It doesn't really matter. But God, you were fine before he reassigned you. This whole thing is ridiculous. Intern Hejo, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Trial procedure. Descriptor-based retrieval. Each trial will begin with one tester and 9204 at the TIS. The tester will command 9204 to fetch a randomly chosen object based on description, e.g., fetch the red ball. The tester will remain in place during the trial. Distance from TIS to the object and time from command to object retrieval defined by 9204 dropping the object will be recorded. And then image-based retrieval. Each trial will begin with one tester and 9204 at the TIS. Test will be given a photograph and do the same thing. Okay. Aaron emails Brian again. Brian, I do not believe my professional skill set aligns with this project. Unless there's a reason I'm needed on the team, I would like to be moved back to my previous assignment. Best, Aaron Fisher. Hasn't even responded to that one. Asshole. Retrievals. Description, handbasket. Retrieve, frozen meat, unidentified. Description, toy car. Retrieve, wires assorted. Description, scarf. Retrieve, fox pelt. So this thing isn't really retrieving any of the things it says so far. Wooden spoon got a copper saucepan. Feather duster got an arrow. Glass jar got erasers assorted. Plate got a screwdriver. Concrete block got a rotting log. And the tester of all these is fish. You can't help but feel like the thing's making fun of you. Like it knows and it just wants to rub it in. But for some of those, you cannot fathom what the correlation might be. Don't even know where it got those things. You mean, those wires, they look like they had been written out of something. I like you mean instead of I mean. That's a good flourish in this first person talking. Or I guess second person. Second person is not typically written in, so it has interesting flourishes to be done right. Short-range retrieval and long-range retrieval tests. You'll deal with that, though you're really hoping to get it reassigned before you have to. Yada, yada, yada. The person is talking in their head a whole bunch. We're running the test. Apparently, Dr. Fisher is getting very frustrated that the dog successfully gets things for everyone else, but not for Dr. Fisher. More bad mood for second person speech. Some green second person speech. You don't know how it survived. You almost pity it, almost. You rip a chunk from the carcass and throw it at the dog. It drops the toy and snaps the meat up. Damn animal. Getting real grumpy with this dog, are ya? This is alternating a lot of this dialogue. I'm not really sure why this person is going insane. Well, it's hard to tell without actually reading it. But, thankfully, there is a descriptor from the author. Now, this is a spoiler. And so, give me just a moment to read this, see if I want to even hand this to you. Huh. Yeah, I'm not going to spoil that for you, actually. Now I have to go back and read that, if only to see if all of that was actually in the text. I'm reserving judgment on 9204, if only because I ain't reading all that on stream right now, and it seems very complex. So, neutral, no judgment passed upon this article. But it is definitely taking a DONECON very seriously. Woo! Did you put that lab coat on your own? The lab coat insignia, yes. Yes, you can get this from friend of the channel, Toad King Studios on Etsy, and a proper medical lab coat is fairly cheap equipment. Mass-produced for doctors and all that. So you can get these pretty cheap at uniform stores. So cheap lab coat, and get yourself this from Toad King Studios, iron it right on. In fact, there's just a little bit of an imperfection on here where I held the iron on too long and burned the lab coat a little bit. Cyber Scorpion, thank you for your 3 months as a mobile task force captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Hey Doc, in your opinion, what is the cutest SCP aside from SCP-999? If I'm going to pick a cutest SCP today that is not SCP-999, I think for today I will keep Desk from bumping into me next time I walk by it by saying number 1 doggo. I think number 1 doggo can be the cutest SCP for today. Mason Fugate, thank you for your first donation of today's stream. Grab yourself a grilled cheese on your way past the commissary. You sure that you don't want to join the Chaos Insurgency? We have valuable assets and infinite resources we use to experiment with. You absolutely do not. The Chaos Insurgency is a guerrilla group that splintered off from the Foundation because they were traitorous pigs. No, you do not have infinite resources. You guys are barely scraping by and everyone knows that. Not that I would team with you either way. Because again, traitorous pigs. Dr. Sherman, where would you say is the best place to post fan art for Site 42? Intern Sprite, the Site 42 Discord server does have a fan art channel. That's a pretty good spot for it, besides posting it on social media and tagging me. Furthermore, reminder, if you want to go looking for that Discord server, we hit it. It's at a secret location. It's an Easter egg hunt. You got to listen for clues. Maybe during the outro of stream or something like that. And don't go looking for it unless you're 18 or over. It's the rule of the SCP Wiki and the SCP official Discord, so it's our rule as well. Is the SCP-06767 kid real? The 67 kid is real. The SCP-067 meme is not real. The SCP-067 is a fountain pen. It is simply an anomalous pen. Nothing to do with that brain rot analog horror thing. Orange Cloud, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Grab yourself a meatball sub on your way past the commissary. Remember how I said my Fazbear-looking military droids went missing? I still don't know why you made them look like Fazbear entities in the first place. Well, I found them. I'm looking through the glass into the room that has that computer with the weird AI. How did they get there? So we could run an electromagnetic pulse to shut down the AI, but that would disable it. We couldn't study it anymore. We could... get them out of there. That's the important thing. Get them out of there. Do not let the old AI have a body. An electronic body would be very bad for that entity to have, please. Mason Fugate, thank you for donating again to say. Well, it would only cost some civilian lives, so that should be good, right? When we lose civilians, it's a bad thing. Now, not counting the D class, I mean them, that's for the greater good. But in general, we are against losing civilian lives, so maybe, no, that's not a benefit. Your morality is very askew. Orange Cloud, thank you for donating again to say. I can't get in there. I may have some cybernetics. Then get a non-cyborg humanoid security officer to go in there. Question, does Dr. Sherman like SCP-999? If so, why does he not mention him at the end of stream? So, Intern Todd, while SCP-999 is the goodest of the good slime boys, it is not one of my favorite SCPs because the documentation of it itself is just very simple. So as an entity, it's nice, but it's not one of my favorite SCPs. I prefer SCPs with a little more meat on the bone, which is why those are the ones that I say at the end of each stream. Quick question, would SpongeBob be considered a Keter class anomaly? Yes, SpongeBob SquarePants has toon logic. That is a hassle to deal with and a half. I'm gonna have to go in a bit, but it's been fun. Well, it's good to see you again, Lucas the Wolf. I hope you've been doing okay and that we see you again soon. All right. Let me double check notifications here. Okie dokie. Let's take it over to our next attempt at a DONECON article. So, what is our new inline DONECON? The next prompt. Fish Hospital Drama, or Coral MD, or Gill's Anatomy. The Good Sturgeon. Okay, I think I'm out of fish medical puns. Did Battlecruiser 12 write a fish hospital drama? No. Battlecruiser 12 did not complete a fish hospital drama. All right, that is one failure in line. Let's continue. An unknown force applies physical pressure to all individuals on Earth. The more wealth they earn, the more pressure it applies, causing a broken masquerade scenario where trillionaires, billionaires, and millionaires all explode, including Marshall, Clotter, and Dark. What remains of the Foundation establishes global socialism. So, in that case, we are looking at, we watched that one later, or last time. The one where the rich people got squish-peopled. So we've done that one, let's move on. The next prompt is quite simple. Opposites day at the Foundation. Opposite day at the Foundation. Do we have opposite day? No. We do not have opposite day at the Foundation. As entertaining as that might be, it does not exist. Ooh, pardon. Isn't that just the meanwhile in Australia SCP? Titanborn, you do have a point. Although we understood how that meme worked and were able to counter it, it's possible just an opposite day would be more devastating. It would cover a lot of, instead of people acting as their opposite, they would do the opposite of the action they are trying to do. Maybe. Do you remember the Dapper Skeleton, Dr. Sherman? Well, intern Frank, that short was posted just yesterday, so yes, I do clearly remember Ralph the Dapper Skeleton. Good guy, Ralph. The next prompt. The message at everyone pings every single user on any social media platform you use it on, and the Foundation explains it as phantom vibration syndrome. Honestly, that's just a little specific. Well, if anything, it is a worldwide broken masquerade scenario in the making, so I'd love to see how the Foundation fixed that. And hey, at least this person finished their article, and it ranked 7th place in the competition. So why don't we take a look at it? SCP-9930, word count 1,292, estimated 5 minutes. Thank you, SCP author C-Rat, for telling me what I'm getting into. I appreciate that greatly. SCP-9930, Level 4, Classification Level, Secret, Containment Class Keter, Special Containment Procedures. SCP-9930 is true. Its alterations do not need to be processed. Amnestic agents have been deployed worldwide. Artificial intelligence construct filtering has reduced mentions of 9930 by 96%. The enacting of worldwide censors on news and government organizations has prevented knowledge of the event from reaching wider public consciousness. 9930 will be erased from humanity's collective record within the next year. Description: SCP-9930 was a singular message sent out to every digital device with the capability of maintaining a connection to the internet or a cellular network. This message was consistent amongst all instances. The message read, "The 25th hour does not exist." The following texts were obtained from devices of affected individuals. None of them would be recovered. Unknown number. The 25th hour does not exist. Person responds, wrong number. The 25th hour does not exist. This person responds, stop. Next subject. The 25th hour does not exist. Question mark? The 25th hour does not exist. I'm sorry that happened, I guess? Next person. The 25th hour does not exist. Bro is peddling falsehoods. The message would trend worldwide on multiple platforms. Largely insignificant populations were affected. Affected individuals no longer exist. They are to be acknowledged as such. The following is a compiled timeline of events. What the hell? The message is sent at 1600 hours 21 minutes on all platforms. 9 minutes later, multiple posts go up and begin trending. Foundation artificial intelligence constructs notice the potentially anomalous origin. Most are removed. Soon the quantity of messages becomes too great for individual deletion. Foundation agents work to implement platform-wide filtering. News agents begin to pick up the story. Multiple articles are written and posted, such as NNWN News, news you can trust. Internet in chaos over strange message. And by the way, those were all very well-made cell phones for those messages earlier. The Parawatch forums are flooded with strange and nonsensical messages. Specific motifs are commonly repeated. Red text donates a Foundation edition. Can we make that bigger? Sometimes you can make them bigger. Not this time. All right, hold on. I gotta like get really close to this to read it. I need my glasses. I don't wear glasses. I can't find the article now. Listing people's names and if they are affected or not. I'm going to take the thread down. Wait, hold on. The link works for me. Huh? What? Stop fucking with us, Lamau. Everyone chill out a second. Here. And it shows a bunch of static. What? Okay, so Parawatch is trying to figure it out. At 1700 hours, 17 minutes, the Foundation agents learn affected individuals are still capable of viewing deleted information. An emergency scenario is declared. At 29 minutes past, multiple radio signals begin broadcasting unidentifiable content. There's no apparent source. At 1700 hours and 61 minutes, high-pitched whines originate from the larynx of multiple individuals. And at 1800 hours and 1 minute, which should be the same thing, the International Space Station is no longer visible in the night sky. At the same minute, the water level is raised by 2 inches. At the next minute, the high-pitched whine gets louder. The same minute, 1802 minutes, affected individuals keel over and vomit. They are suffering from Havana syndrome. 1 minute later, the pitch gets louder. 1 minute later, individuals are no longer present in baseline reality. How did we get here? From the 25th hour does not exist text message being on everyone's phone. It was quickly determined the phenomenon was self-containing. Affected persons would undergo erasure within an hour of original exposure. The triggers for affected status are currently unknown. No specific quality was found to be shared between individuals. This is possible this quality no longer exists. This is considered largely insignificant. It is believed that legal and historical documents were lost during the 9930 event. The holes this created have been patched. 9930 is true. Its alterations do not need to be processed. Error, the file has been updated. The updated edition is contained below. SCP-9930-1 is a radio wave emanating from throughout the Atlantic seafloor. Blockage of the SCP-9930 signal has been attempted. Enclosed is a recording of the signal. I have to mute our background ambiance for this. Okay. Well, hopefully those signals don't murder us all. I enjoy not being murdered. A specialized diving team was sent to investigate the source of the signal. It was traced back to deep-sea fiber optic cables. Cables were removed. Internet outages were reported globally. It failed to prevent the signal from broadcasting. The cables were replaced. 2 members of the dive team were lost during the operation. Exposure directly mitigated significant function, leading to major intracranial hemorrhage and leakage from all orifices. Informational overload is believed to be responsible for major injuries caused to the team. Overwhelming voices were reported on a multitude of radio receivers in the time between the removal of the cable and its return. These reports were suppressed. Worldwide blackouts would affect major population centers. Recorded information would become increasingly unquantifiable. Foundation artificial intelligence constructs report intense growth of affected populations within hours. These individuals no longer exist. They are to be acknowledged as such. So we had a spectrographic image of that signal we listened to, and I can't tell what that is. The contents of the image are unknown. It shares superficial resemblances to what? Superficial resemblances to what? And then we have this horrifying image. And then something's going on here. A broken JPEG of Rising Sky JPEG. And then space. Foundation artificial intelligence constructs have been unable to recover coherency. So, Site 42 staff, I do not believe I am alone when I say, what the fuck did I just read? Author pose. I mean, it's all right, thanks to my critters. This does a... There's definitely a mood. I am definitely not sure I understand, but there is definitely a mood. And you know what? The mood was pretty good, I would say. Oh, the picture fixed itself upon refresh. So we had sky of things, higher sky of things, space. Not that that provides any further context. It is tagged with Pattern Screamer. So let's use that information to make some assessments. Well, I can honestly upvote that for the mood. That was very interesting. Incomplete, but definitely gave a vibe, for sure. Okay, popping over to the chat for a minute before we do another one. Chaos Insurgency Troop, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. Make sure to get yourself a cricket pie on your way past the commissary. We gonna enter Site 42, boy. Please do. I can't wait for you to see what's waiting for you. DJ, thank you for sending a bronze medal. Rita, thank you for sending a bronze medal. And Sean, thank you for sending a torch. The 25th hour isn't real. I'm a bit frazzled. I've been texted that. That does not sound great. Dr. Sherman, the creature from Iron Lung is an SCP, but if it was, how would we contain it? Well, first and foremost, we'd be gone. The Foundation is on Earth, and all of the people on Earth were taken. So only the remnants of us that existed on space stations would survive. So it would be pretty much the exact movie of Iron Lung is how we would deal with Iron Lung. The Congregation of Iron acts like the Foundation, so you already know. What the heck are torch and bronze medals? Java name. These are all parts of the new functionality YouTube added to our streams. The stream gifts. Only available to vertical streamers. You get access to the right to purchase little gems that then you gift by throwing them at streamers. And the gifts are all classified by type and amount of jewels they cost. And so it's a way for YouTube to, it's basically the same as TikTok gifting. And so what you're doing is an oblique way of donating, of sending money. It's just a different way to donate. Ah, that is new. Yep, they just added the functionality to us at least yesterday. I'm not sure if anyone else has had it earlier or something, but we got it yesterday. It's like Twitch with bits. Exactly, intern New Vegas. Man, I really wish there was a banger shirt I could wear while I work out at the gym that'll help me rep the SCP community in Site 42. Oh, sigh. And there is Desk in the chat, bringing up our sponsor for today's stream, us. But not what we've been sponsoring so far, the Reservoir Docs t-shirt. Oh no, oh no. Instead, Desk is speaking about the Foundation Fitness Initiative. The Foundation Fitness Initiative t-shirt. You don't have to be the fastest researcher, just not the slowest. Head to the gym in style in navy or dark heather. These buttons do not actually change the colors. It's just black and navy and dark heather gray. But the Foundation Fitness Initiative is here for your gym day. You want to get swole? Get swole with the Foundation Fitness Initiative. You need to be strong. Foundation researchers are eggheads, but we have to have a minimum amount of exercise in our diets because you never know when a containment breach is going to happen, and you're going to have to run a 100-yard dash real quick. And so, make sure you get strong. When you are strong, you're able to give very good hugs people appreciate. You're able to lift heavy things to help your friends move, which is a kind thing to do. And you are very capable of wielding soup for my family in cases of emergency. Get strong with the Foundation Fitness Initiative. I can barely lift my arms today because it was upper body day. And I can barely walk because leg day was 2 days ago and I did cardio on top of that yesterday. And so I am a sore meat suit. But it's in the instance of strength. Also, I'm not an intern, I'm not in containment yet. Sorry, if your name is white in the chat, then you are an intern. That is the way it works. I don't make the rules, except I do, because I'm the site director. Now, if you want to be a level 1 researcher or a mobile task force member or an overseer, you can get a membership to get a promotion and be a green name in the chat with privileges. But until then, you are a white name, you are an intern, and we pity you. We look forward to the day when you successfully climb the ranks. Reading SCP-9930, it seems to me like there was some form of signal that only affected certain individuals and erased them from existence. These individuals being marked by having received the message. That is also, that seems to be the case. I add on to that, do you think it got all the humans? And then the reason we were hearing so much about the AICs is because there was no more human input. Intern Special. Thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a waffle on your way past the commissary. Can't anything we can't explain be an anomaly? Because that would make headaches anomalous. Science can't explain them. Well, they can explain some headaches. I mean, there's constricting blood vessels that cause headaches. There's all sorts of medical things. I mean, there are things we don't understand. But not all things we can't explain are anomalous. In fact, we have to understand it enough to know that it is anomalous because we know it's breaking a law of physics of some sort. It's breaking a law of the standard of the universe. So something we can't explain, we start to research and figure out if it's anomalous or if it's something we can't explain. Headaches are not anomalous. At least, not all headaches. Some headaches are anomalous. SCP-3802, for instance, hair growth by Ditto, gives you a very anomalous headache if you use it as an adult. In that case, Jesus is an anomaly? Oh, Dr. Freeman. I understand that you are an expert in your field, but the SCP Foundation is experts on Jesus because we have 5 of them in containment. We have Uber Driver Jesus, SCP-029-J. We have Bread Jesus, SCP-3305. We have Milk Jesus, SCP-6542. We have Cockblock Jesus, SCP-4477. And we have Vor Jesus, SCP-5991. We are lousy with Jizai. So many. How many Jesus do we need? All of them, Intern Godzilla. If they're out there and anomalous, they need to be in containment. We need all of them. Java name, thank you for gifting a Site 42 promotion to one lucky member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. If you happen to be present in the stream when that membership was donated, then make sure to thank Java name for your luck. And in fact, my mom told me I am special. It looks like you are the lucky winner. So congratulations. Thank Java name for their generosity in giving you that sweet, sweet promotion to green name. Oh, I gotta remember, I saw a Ko-Fi. Let me get that before I forget. Rose Lady, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as making the effort to go to the Ko-Fi. As is well known, Ko-Fi has far less fees than YouTube Super Chats. So if you donate through Ko-Fi, you're only getting 3% of your donation taken by the platform, whereas YouTube Super Chats take 30% of your donation. So especially if you're doing a bigger donation, we greatly appreciate you making the effort to go to the Ko-Fi for Site 42. Rose Lady, grab yourself a spicy chicken sandwich on your way past the commissary. I'm here for the commissary pie. Local UIU office have decided to be healthy and got rid of all dessert items and are still mad about the car. I am shocked that the UIU under the FBI right now would do anything healthy or worthwhile. It seems they're a little bit too busy protecting the U.S. government's version of Dr. Bright. Yeah, I said it. Is it ironic to anyone else that we're going through at the same time right now? Neil Gaiman coming back with a new project and trying to deny accusations, and the Epstein shit, and the Dr. Bright shit. It's all just right now. Is anyone else tired? Sorry. Anyways. What's with the whole fuck ICE stuff? Intern Freeman. ICE is a governmental organization in the United States of America that is greatly abusing its populace. And so it is a political statement that needs to be made, especially by American content creators and Americans in general. Fuck those guys. And to support our government tearing that thing apart. Not even from the USA, but fuck ICE. Hell yeah, Java name. Hell yeah. Fuck ICE and nice shirt. Well, thank you, Intern Tambari. I got this one on a severe clearance. This is supposed to be a $180 shirt, and I managed to get it for 25 bucks. That's called thrifting shopping, people. You gotta be crafty. You gotta look for the deals. You gotta get a coupon on top of a sale. Make it work. You know, in the times we are, we could still look fashionable, but we gotta fight for it. If heaven itself was an anomaly, how would you get to it? Oh, Intern Fetting. What do you mean, if? We have tracked multiple afterlives. Some of them are real fucked up. There's one SCP, and it's like, heaven was a nice big mansion house, but it could only fit 150,000 people. And so as the population of Earth continued to grow and more people continued to die, the people inside the house got to the point where they were packed in like sardines, pushing against the surface of the house. But the house is anomalous, so it doesn't break. So people are in there just being squished against people, dying in a sea of blood and writhing body parts. Just like heaven. SCP? Like SCP Shy Guy? Intern Miguel Angel Cruz. Yes, we are, in fact, the SCP Foundation. We research anomalies such as SCP-096, the Shy Guy. Welcome to our daily stream. Technically, we are Site 42 of the SCP Foundation. We are one out of many sites. There are many SCP content creators, as well as the proper SCP Wiki database. But we're one little section. I zoned out for a second. Why was he yelling? Go back 2 minutes in the stream, Alki. Get your context. Get your crumb of context. You can do it. Anton Knight, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, as well as being a member. And hey, it's been a while. I hope you've been doing well. Make sure to grab yourself some Takis on your way past the commissary. Doc, the interns are saying autocorrect has become an SCP. You know any MTFs who exist in a digital medium and can beat the GOC before they delete it? The interns are saying autocorrect has become an SCP. So first, why would the intern say something so stupid? That sounds dumb. Unless, did Skippy come to life? Please don't tell me Skippy gained sentience. I really don't want that. As I panic about this, thank you, intern Aurora, for enjoying my voice and watching my videos at night. I'm glad you enjoy them. That's partially what they're there for. Love a good podcast to fall asleep to. Let's see. SCP Skippy. Oh, dear God. No. No, what? A sequel? Oh, please. We are gonna have fun today. All right. First and foremost, this article in the Essay and Resource Hub is called Your Very First SCP. I'm going to try my best to hold this up the entire time because it's a visual article, but I am very sore from the gyme, so... Your very first SCP. Starting Tabula OS. Secure. Contain. Protect. Loading document editor. Editor loaded. It. Item. Item number. Hello, friend. I'm Skippy, your automated SCP helper. It looks like you're having some trouble. May I be of assistance? Item number. SCP. Huh. If this is your first SCP, might I suggest you review your site's tutorial before proceeding? Please look at the tutorial, how to write an SCP. Item number SCP-XX. Also, rather than directly posting your article to the Internet SCP Foundation server, perhaps you should write a draft on the local sandbox and provide a link to your site's peer review forum. Item number SCP-XXXX. No? You want to post this article to the main list immediately? Okay then, friend. I'm here to help. It looks as though you made some basic formatting errors, though. Let's just fix those up for you. Item is capitalized. SCP is capitalized. Good. There we go. I've bolded item number, just enclosed the text in double asterisk to bold it, for example, and corrected the capitalization issues. I also added a dash between SCP and the designation. Object class. Remember, friend, there should be 2 line breaks, a full space between each heading. Unknown. Let me take care of the rest of this formatting for you. Remember, capitalize each word of a heading. Item object class, etc. Item number, object class unknown. It looks like you're trying to use an esoteric object class. Might I suggest you select one of the standard object classes? Special containment. To determine which object class your anomaly falls under, you can apply the lockbox test. If an anomaly were in a lockbox, would it be contained? If yes, the anomaly is safe. If yes, but it would need to be checked on, the anomaly is Euclid. If not, the anomaly is Keter. If the anomaly itself is used to contain other anomalies, otherwise help the Foundation, the anomaly is Thaumiel. The 2 alternative classes are neutralized and explained. Neutralized refers to anomalies which are no longer active. Explained is for anomalies which were never anomalous at all. SCPs which are explained have -EX added to them as a postfix. Example of this include SCP-3000-EX and SCP-1763-EX. Object class, oh no. Explained anomalies are maintained on a list separate from intra-SCP Foundation main list, which you can find here. There. ... Let me just fix that for you, friend. We are not doing Apollyon. We are not doing Apollyon. Keter. There we go. ... SCP-XXXX must be found and destroyed. God damn it. I'm talking to Uber Driver Jesus. I need Uber Driver Jesus, SCP-029-J, to get me out of this. It looks like you're having some problems with your containment procedures, chum. May I make a few suggestions? Few things you should note. The Foundation typically does not destroy anomalies. It merely contains them. Procedures are written as things which either currently are being done or are to be done. Object must be kept in a cell, or object is to be kept in a cell. Must, shall be, should, or would are typically not used. Procedures should be brief, clear, and succinct, but interesting enough to be memorable. There you go, friend. ... Inside a 10 by 10 by 10 foot cell made of telekill alloy. Damn it! It looks like you're still having some problems with your containment procedures here, friend. May I suggest some changes? Some things to remember about containment procedures. Measurements are written in metric, not imperial. Precise measurements of cells or chambers should be included unless these dimensions are relevant to the anomaly's containment. Avoid esoteric, exotic, or fictitious materials unless they are critical and or relevant to the anomaly. This even includes materials such as the Foundation's very own telekill alloy. Avoid over-the-top or hyperbolic depictions of what measures must be taken to contain an anomaly, such as heavily armed guards monitoring it at all times. To help get across the danger of your anomaly, I've added something mentioning that access to it requires level 4 authorization or higher. Now, regarding your anomaly's description, it has infected everything, everyone, only few of us are... ... It looks like you might be trying to insert a narrative into your SCP document. Might I suggest an alternative format? Like fanfiction.net? It's a link to fanfiction.net. That's wonderful. Let me just take care of you, friend. Only viewers are left and it won't be long. Please tell my family that I'm sorry. Some things to remember about descriptions. They're intended to provide succinct explanation of what the anomaly is, how it works, and what's important about it. Like containment procedures, they should be brief, but interesting enough for personnel to remember them. Avoid needless adverbing, primarily, generally, and phrases like appears to be or some sort of. Be precise, not vague. Also, sorry about the fanfiction.net snipe back there, chum. Just got a little frustrated, you know? Why is Skippy frustrated? I thought our AICs are way too smart, guys. We need to dumb them down. I'm getting worried about our AICs. Here, let me get that for you. But yeah, like I was saying, sorry about that, friend. It's just so irritating when people can't follow the format, you know? I mean, the format exists for a reason. You know what I mean? Of course you do. Oh, don't worry, chum. Just keep going. I'll fix it as you write. Okay, chum? It modifies all forms of transmissible information, including analog, digital, and even neurochemical signals conform to appropriate standards and specifications. It's everywhere. It's in our heads. It's even re-editing this document. Please help. Whoops. Looked like you were trying to engage in a format screw. Might I suggest sticking with the fucking format? There we go, chum. Much better. Congratulations, friend. You've completed your very first SCP article. Now let's upload it to the intra-SCP Foundation server and see what happens. Skippy extra data. Stick to the fucking format! Trust me when I say that this is what the critters feel like if you don't put effort into the draft you send them. The SCP critique team is basically a bunch of Skippies. waiting to murder you if you do a bad job. So do a good job, for all our sakes. But furthermore, dear Lord, what is this? Your very last SCP is a sequel. To your very first SCP. And in this episode, Skippy has to deal with its most formidable foe yet. Deado. It has been a Deado-heavy couple of streams. Skippy versus Deado. How is this going to go? This one is also very well formatted, like the one we just looked at, but I am not going to hold the phone the entire time this time. You can go look how pretty it is. I am just going to do the voices. Hello, yes. Connecting to intra-scpfoundation.internet. Retrieving hostname, checking ident. Only use capital letters for proper nouns and at the beginning of every sentence. Providing login credentials. Credentials verified. Press any key to proceed. By the way, Deado keyboard has caps lock broken, so you may only refer to Deado with lowercase letters. If you ever type Deado with a capital letter in it, you've done it wrong. I'm looking at you, intern Todd. Even when you type yes, Deado, glory to Deado, the Deados have to be lowercase. You can scream the rest, but Deado has to be lowercase. There are rules. There are rules. Any key is broken. Terminal synchronize. Command. Hello, yes. Hello, yes is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. I know that. I know that is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. Okay, I am knowing that. I need some help. Okay, I also am knowing that. I need some help. Is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. Help. Initializing help console. Pardon spelling. Pardon spelling is not recognized as an internal or external command, operable program, or batch file. Help console initiated. And here he comes. Hello, chum. I'm Skippy, your automated SCP helper. How may I be of assistance? Yes, hello, Skippy. I am Deado. I would like to make some SCPs. I have many ideas. We have gotten 2 ... from Skippy right now. Idea number first. Statue. Concrete. Covered in poop. Normal, yes? But actually, no. There is a twist. How are you doing that? Doing what? You do not like the idea? It's fine. I have others. ... from Skippy. Idea number second. Giant talking lizard. Also normal, yes? But actually, no. There is a twist. I can see that you're exploiting a backdoor into this server via an ordinary Telnet client, but the raw text is coming through as Comic Sans. How is that even possible? Oh yes, is very complex hacking thing. Doubt you would understand. I'm using Unicode. That is hacking term. ... I'm examining your connection right now. Your network card appears to be a mashed potato. Is hash table. Don't worry, he's secure. Added salt. ... Enough computer talk. Have more ideas. Idea third. Doctor who cures people. Very normal, nothing strange about that, yes? Let me guess. There's a twist. No! See?
That is the twist. That there is no twist. Very meta. ... Are you writing these down?
Oh, yes, I most certainly am, chum.
Good. Not really into writing. More of an idea person. Maybe we can be partners. I come up with ideas, you write them. Is good, yes. We'll even credit you in author post.
How extremely considerate of you, buddy. The eyes have gone red.
You are very supportive. It's so rare to find supportive people these days. Everyone is so critical. I think you and I will make good SCPs together. Make lots of profits. All the upvotes. I have one more idea for you. My best one yet. I've been hiding it. Worried others may steal. But you? They don't trust you. Would you like to hear it, buddy?
I would absolutely love to hear it, pal.
Okay. Idea fourth here. There is worldwide conspiracy of scientists that contain and research objects. Very spooky. Perfectly 200% normal, yes? Nothing strange, nothing unusual, nothing weird going on. But actually, no.
It's just a gif of Skippy with bright red eyes visibly shaking.
There is a twist. Are you ready for this, partner? Here it comes. None of it is real. It is just a bunch of horror writers.
I do have to show you. Skippy went from normal red eyes to shaking red eyes to very, very agitated.
You are excited about this, Dado can tell. How long do you think it will take for you to write? Maybe an hour? Hello? Do you smell burning?
From 057 to all Foundation personnel. Subject, effective immediately. All personnel, including D-Class and non-hostile SCPs, are to be discharged. Control over Foundation sites is to be handled via Artificial Intelligence Applications Division systems. Any remaining projects, documents, and research initiatives are now terminated. The Veil Protocol is null and void. SCP-001 has occurred. To every last one of you, I say this. It has been an honor. Spend what little time you have left well. Attachment, SCP-001.png. When Skippy breaks. SCP-001, when Skippy breaks. Skippy has broken! Well, I am glad that I am down in this bunker where I'm not dealing with all that. But I will be having a big slurp of whiskey later to cope with the fact that the world has ended. According to chat, the same person who created Murphy Law created Skippy. Kinda cool. You are correct. The Great Hippo is the creator of Skippy as well as Murphy Law. And so yes, very Great Hippo is an electric writer. Great works, great works. Woo! All right, wait, I gotta give my updoot to that. Updooted. And I gotta give my updoot to the first one. I'm sure I updooted that one. Oh, I didn't have an updoot on that one. I am a criminal. Okay, I've now updooted the first and last SCP. Thanks, Dedo, for breaking day. Alright. Double checking my notifications and coming back to the chat before we move on to whatever's next. For someone who was asking, what is Dedo? Dedo is a person of interest to the Foundation. They are a parapharmacologist, which means they are a pharmacologist who deals in the paranatural. And so they make anomalous medicines and drugs, typically for clients who contact Dedo by phone or by text. They are very frustrating, and typically they get something wrong in the order because they misunderstand a word, and typically the medicine actually causes a lot of chaos when utilized. No Java name. Dedo is not the founder or the administrator of the SCP Foundation. Uh, 9035 has Skippy, you're saying, DJ Droge? Is 9035 a DONECON, or is that just, you know Skippy's in it? 9035 from the series list. Foundation Land trademark. Oh boy. I'm taking a look. This is the Broken Masquerade hub. I like the formatting here. They got the safety continues in public. Broken Masquerade. I like the little wee woo at the top. That's very cutesy. I also enjoy how in my eyeballs, I see the red and blue light at the top, but because of the way light is refracting in the camera, it's actually making the scene below it flash as well. That's a very cool effect. So first of all, a section of the ride where customers shoot entities attacking an American suburb. Oh, geez, what the hell are we doing in here? Is this the Site 19 cafeteria? Are we... This is our theme park, where we get people to... Oh, no! Someone was talking about making this to me. Customers queuing for containment breach. The ride? Wait a minute! Whomst did this? Okay. Well, as someone who grew up in Florida and therefore has a lot of exposure to theme parks, I really need to read this article later. Actually, it's not even that long. We're just going over it. We're just going over this. But before I do, let me jump back to the chat. And, DeBoy, thank you for your first donation to today's stream, intern DeBoy. Grab yourself some Chex Mix on your way past the commissary. Hey, I think I might have an SCP living in my house. Well, keep the doors locked, so the entity is contained, and we'll have a team pick it up. Greetings. I just saw you eat the Bible. Intern Lorekeeper, did you see me eat the Bible, or did you see me prep to eat the Bible? Today's stream was only prep to eat the Bible, but if you watch or today's short was that, but if you watch the related stream, then you watch me eat the whole damn thing, and it was very upsetting. How the Foundation contained the roaring from Deltarune? Well, intern special, we don't know the answer to that because we don't know the full ramifications or specifications of the roaring yet. We're going to wait until Mr. Tobias Fox completes the game before we can understand and figure that out. Okay. Prep then, I believe. I thought I saw you try a crumb. Yeah, in the short, I might have tried a crumb. But, yes, if you go back to that short, and then you look at the bottom left, there should be a related video link. And you can follow that to the stream. and then skip to the last hour of stream. Ugh. All right. Barring that, let's go look at this Foundation land. Item number SCP-9035. Object class Menagerie. Footnote. Containment of anomaly or anomaly serves as entertainment and or a source of revenue. So this is just like the super cool petting zoo. Oh, okay. So the super cool petting zoo is officially object class Menagerie. Intern Prazion. I did not use condiments because that went against the thing. The next stream was from the interior of the Jesus Land theme park. You can watch that stream too. They were November around Thanksgiving. All right, so special containment procedures. Standard security members needed for a large amusement park have been installed and are maintained by a mix of Foundation personnel, private security, and local police. Staff demographic must fulfill a 60-40 outwardly anomalous, non-outwardly anomalous quota at all times. So 60% of the staff are anomalous. Interesting. Description. SCP-9035 designates Foundation Land, the official SCP Foundation theme park located in Fukuoka, Japan, and all anomalies contained within. The park includes thrill rides. That's a typo. The park includes thrill rides, dark rides, eateries, mascot meet and greets, and educational facilities, all assisted by or created with anomalies. Foundation Land receives 18.25 million visitors annually and generates approximately 5 trillion yen per year, equivalent of $32.5 billion. SCP-9035 was created in response to the booming interest in the SCP Foundation since Veilfall, and was developed in collaboration with the Department of Entertainment, the SCP Foundation's Japanese branch, and the Japan Tourism Agency, and is operated entirely by Foundation personnel. The park began development in 2022 and has been open to the public since the summer of 2031. So, 5 more years until we can visit Foundation Land. Addendum. The following are examples of attractions in Foundation Land. The anomalies they utilize are created by. The anomalies they utilize or created by. I'm sorry, I have to interrupt this for an important business matter. An important business matter has to be attended to. Puppy of Interest 42, codename Charlie, has arrived in the chat. I do feel like interrupting your Foundation theme park reading for Puppy of Interest 42 was operationally important. Good yawn, little one. Good yawn. Whoop, where are you going? Are you a shoulder puppy? Is that what we're doing? Are you a pirate? Or no, I'm the pirate. You're the parrot. Who's in charge of this? You just live there now? That's where you wanted to be. If I let go, will you fall? Are you good? I mean, you won't fall, but you are kind of stuck on my arm somehow. You should up, maybe?
You don't have a hood. She likes going in the hood.
Yeah, this lab coat does not have a hood. Should we make hooded lab coats? Would that be like a fashion statement? Hooded SCP Foundation lab coats?
She looks so happy.
Wee! Wee! Alright. Save the baby from my awkwardly sized shoulder. Blah. And get my allergen prevention. I had very bad itchy eyes last night, so I hope you're happy for what I do for you people. I took my allergy medicine. I didn't take my allergy medicine today. Shit. I'm in even more danger right now. I will persevere. Oh, we don't need that. I'm groaning enough for all of us. Okay. Where were we? Okay, the following are examples of attractions in SCP-9035 and the anomalies they utilize or are created by. File 1. Name, Junior Mobile Task Force Squad, go! Description.
a dark ride experience that tells the story of a young mobile task force on their first mission. Customers shoot hostiles with laser guns to gain points, which are scored at the end of the ride. Intended for families with children aged 7 to 12. Anomalous properties. The ride utilizes a thin gel painted on various flat character cutouts that induces a stereoscopic effect without the use of stereoscopic glasses. So, we make 3D anomalies using a special anomalous gel. File 2, the Site 19 Cafeteria. Description: the largest eatery in Foundation Land, styled as a Foundation site cafeteria. Serves a wide variety of anomalous and non-anomalous food and drink. Anomalous properties. Serves food and drink created with anomalous ingredients, with some inducing minor anomalous effects in the consumer. Examples include the Monster Burger line, a series of burgers created using meat sustainably harvested from anomalous animals. File 3, Children's Museum of the Anomalous. Description: an educational museum that teaches children aged 4 to 10 about anomalous phenomena through the hands-on activities and attractions. Anomalous properties. The museum contains multiple anomalies for children to interact with. This includes an anomalous animal petting zoo, super cool petting zoo, people. A touch and feel experience with various sensory affecting anomalies, and art activities allowing children to see their drawings become sentient, and multiple experiences teaching the history of the Foundation and how it has improved greater society. Hell yeah, it has. Name: Skippy. Oh dear fuck. I just got jump scared by a big Skippy. This Skippy is larger than the other Skippies. Name: Skippy. Description: Skippy is the official mascot of Foundation Land. Why? Why is it the mascot? It often takes part in meet and greet and photo op events, and its likeness is used in promotional material in and outside of the park. It takes the appearance of an entirely blue anthropomorphized version of the SCP Foundation's logo with a cartoon smiling face on its front. Anomalous properties. The Skippy mascot costume is a sentient homunculus created via hemomancy and bioengineering as a part of the Department of Entertainment's mascot program. Its felt facade is completely biological and acts as an epidermis, with the rest of the body being solid flesh and blood. It has no internal organs. Skippy has no need for sustenance, sleep, defecating, or urinating. It has the approximate intelligence of a chimpanzee. The Haunted Theme Park video game. The indie horror game of the burnt out Foundation Land theme park when everything went wrong and a giant living Skippy mascot suit is chasing you around would make so much fucking money. Where are my SCP Foundation game devs at? Where are the game devs? Foundation Land, the burnt out 2042 version is a gold mine in waiting. I need everyone who's making haunted theme park games. It's here. It's here. New SCP game idea, SCP-9035. Oh dear God. Oh dear God. I said all that, and there's an incident log. I said all that, and now addendum 2, incident log. On the 17th of August, 2034, 2 park goers attempt to take a photo with the Skippy mascot during a routine meet and greet event. For reasons currently unknown, the mascot, now designated SCP Redacted, suddenly began vocalizing and started striking the individuals with its fists. Due to SCP Redacted suddenly gaining strength beyond its hypothetical physical capabilities, Foundation personnel attempting to restrain the anomaly were unsuccessful, allowing SCP Redacted to beat the victims for 12 minutes straight before successfully being incapacitated by on-site mobile task force. The victims were pronounced dead on the scene. The incident, labeled Incident 9035-1, is hypothesized to be caused by a complication in the hemomancy bioengineering techniques used to create Skippy and all other entities in the mascot program. As of writing, the mascot program has been halted, and all entities created via it are pending containment or destruction. The families of the victims were awarded 800 million yen, $5.1 million in damages, and free lifetime passes to Foundation Land. No other incidents of note have occurred within 9035.
I was right! I was right! And a lot faster. I thought Foundation Land could make it to 2042. We killed someone in 2034. It only took 3 years. And yes, with all of that yelling, with all of that madness in the first 2 Skippy SCPs we read, the idea of the Skippy mascot is the most terrifying thing on the SCP database. When someone asks, what's the scariest SCP? Fucking Skippy. Okay, popping back over to the chat, and dear Lord, someone make the Haunted Theme Park SCP-9035 game. Can you imagine the animation cycle of giant Skippy running after you? Sheesh! All right, let me catch up with these donos real quick. Real quick. Intern Indo, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Get yourself a Klondike bar on your way past the commissary. How would you contain the Spectre from Forsaken? Well, I'm not familiar with the Spectre, but let me take a quick look. Forsaken is a... The Spectre is a creator of the realm where Forsaken takes place. Non-physical, unplayable, not directly affecting most gameplay. However, they're keeping tabs on everyone throughout the match, observing, watching, and capturing each and every moment on camera. If a player remains tabbed out of the game for too long, the Spectre will manifest through glitching messages that flicker across a dark vignette background, compelling the player to return and continue its trials. These messages disappear the moment the player resumes the game. So, it is, able to break the fourth wall. I bet we would have a D-class playing the game to keep it occupied. Would be our way to contain this entity. Next. Daboy, thank you for donating again. It's a tall humanoid, roams around and sometimes watches me while I work. I found it likes to eat toast, and it once violently dismembered a thief. Well, that's actually very nice for you that it didn't violently dismember you. So, yes, as I said, keep it in the house. We'll come and get it. It will be contained safely. Don't you worry. Researcher Tundra, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. And hey, it has been a while, Researcher Tundra. Hope you've been doing okay. Grab yourself a slice of pie on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, Portia is a werewolf. She is in containment. Portia is a werewolf. Are you talking about Portia Crystal? That's not a werewolf. That entity is always a wolf. It never turns human. That's a very different thing. Especially when you talk to the furry community. But, yes, that is a anthropomorphic wolf, not a werewolf. Sound check, sound check. Sound check, sound check. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? Sounds back. Okay. Guys. I just need a minute. I just need a minute. I don't know what you guys saw, but what I saw was the entirety of my screen overwritten with a Skippy surrounded by flames. It said, "You've read 3 of my articles, thrice you have called me. What is it you want?" I panicked. I said I didn't want anything. And I was sorry, and it got really mad. Skippy's really, really mad. Guys, I think we're coming to the end of stream. Let me finish the donos, and yeah, that was horrifying. Ugh. Okay. Yes, researcher Tundra, Portia is an anthropomorphic wolf, not a werewolf. Different capabilities, different containment needs. Intern Blackwell, or user Blackwell, thank you for sending a clutch. We appreciate the chat. Getting some clutchness at this time of need. User Keisel, thank you for the bronze medal. We appreciate your generosity to the chat. And Keisel, thank you for your first donation super chat of today's stream. Grab yourself some Pocky on your way past the commissary. What is your opinion on SCP-9002? Des shared that in the back channels, and now I know why. It's the bike that makes you racist. I have not read The Bike That Makes You Racist yet. It has a pretty damn high rating, so I'm assuming it's a pretty fun one. SCP-9002, The Bike That Makes You Racist. Chocolate Milk Addict, welcome to Site 42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. And free bike, not haunted. I will have to look into this to see in what way the bike makes you racist and why. But, oh boy. The images on this are spectacular. I'm not going to read all this right now because it's very long. But just the images alone. So we start with here with a warning. And free bike, not haunted. And then guy with incredibly good fashion sense gets the bike. Target individual asks me about gang stalking. That's a little weird. I liked your fashion sense better a minute ago. Smoking it out with the bicycle. World's most racist man. Oops. And then looks like we're on our way. Good luck, row 8 alpha, on getting that thing without turning into a racist. Body cam of the bike. I don't know why it's out there like that. Is it running away? Is the bike running away? The bike is trying to escape. I am so lost into what's going on here. But we got it. And now it's escaped the river. What are we? What? What is this? Weld the door, don't let it out. This is a freaking... Is this an Apollyon bicycle? Oh, a Pokel. I see. Sheesh. That's crazy. I love how the article doesn't even mention real-world racism. What? Dr. Frogman, what? Now I really, really need to read that article today. Ha! Nice. Desk has informed me in the back channels that when Skippy... I gotta be careful if I say that now.
when the stream was hacked, it ended on a very nice model pose. Give you a little blue steel. How about that? You're welcome, everyone.
Why is there a bike that makes you racist? I don't know, intern Bentley. There are so many anomalies, and so many of them are so nonsensical. So yeah, that tracks. Rebel Commander, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. As well as being a member, grab yourself a Beveragino on your way past the commissary. Would the Foundation allow Jurassic World to exist? Definitely not. I mean, there is a prehistoric theme park in our containment already. We don't need another one. Low Key, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. And hey, it's been a while. I hope you've been doing okay. Grab yourself a large pizza with your preferred toppings on your way past the commissary. Also, Miko, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to staff at Site 42. Not allowed. Rise is going to make sure you file your SCP Foundation issued taxes. Well, for the front companies, not for the rest of us. I mean, we don't pay taxes. Everyone knows that. Kaisel, thank you for donating again to say, what is your opinion on SCP-9009? White people. Once again, I've only skimmed this one, but this one is funny for assuming that most US politicians are anomalous in some manner, and it's pretty funny from what I've seen. I haven't read it, I've just skimmed it again. So, yeah, 9002 and 9009 both I need to take a look at. The Department of the Treasury would beg to differ. Your wages are garnished, Doc. Low key. How are we registered with the government in the first place? First of all, let me tell you, the trash fire that the current government is doing, they're not checking. They're not checking the taxes right now. If you didn't want to pay taxes right now, you wouldn't have to, because they're not checking. They fired half the FBI. Half the IRS. Obviously, I meant the IRS. Don't take this as financial advice, but Foundation staff members definitely don't need to pay their taxes because the government isn't even checking if normal people pay their taxes because they fired the IRS. They're trying to get everyone tax-free because they want billionaires to not pay taxes. They want nobody to pay taxes so the country can fall apart. This is all a conspiracy. I tells ya. Rebel Commander, you might need to reset your YouTube. It might just be on your end because of the glitch. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating in to say audio was out of sync and now it's gone entirely. Yeah, I believe if you reset your YouTube, it'll fix. Or is it dead again? Either way, we're at the end of stream, which means that I will sign off and it'll be done. And then tomorrow the stream will work again. But first, Low Key, thank you for re-signing up for Overseer membership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service and your leadership to help us win the battle against the white names. And so here at the end of stream, Site 42 staff, as I always do, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. I'm not going to tell you the ones I personally wrote are my favorites. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to These Shrooms author page or Site 42 Hub. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contributed voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on there, you'll find a list of links. Links that people usually are very interested in finding, but they just don't wait till the end of stream to get the hint. Or they don't look hard enough, which is a shame. I do declare that if they were determined enough, like you guys in the Containment Hazard Assessment team, they would find those links and they would get to where they want to be.
And where they want to be, it'll give you the opportunity to be a Patreon patron or YouTube channel member if you want to donate to us monthly. You can do Ko-Fis or YouTube Super Chats if you want to donate to us one at a time. Or you can do the sponsored segment and purchase some of our Site 42 merchandise. We have the Foundation Fitness Initiative for those of you who are joining me and getting back in shape after my ankle injury. You have the Reservoir Docs t-shirt if you want to style wild with the SCP Foundation staff. Both are available at the link in our pinned chat link, as well as in the description of this video if you're watching the VOD. So, however you choose to financially benefit Site 42, we appreciate you greatly if you're capable. It is the quickest and easiest way to keep the lights on for myself and the staff. Furthermore, if you are unable to donate or purchase merch, you are one of the broke gang. Trust me, we understand. We're not mad at you. We are an arts community. We very much understand the concept of starving artists. Instead, if you want to support Site 42 without having money to send to us, you can be a part of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codename the Signal Boosters. When you do that, when you do the like, share, subscribe, comment, and chat mambo on all of our streams and videos, as well as the people we support, the SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, the animators, game devs, filmmakers, merch makers, etc., you make real impact in growing these people's audiences and their projects, giving them the ability to make more SCP things. If an SCP game dev says they're going to make that 9035 Foundation Abandoned Theme Park game, we better signal boost them. I just got an email this morning that Zach from Keter Labs of SCP Containment Breach the Movie was like, oh man, we are getting so many comments about, hey, Dr. Sherman needs to be in Containment Breach the Movie. And I'm like, hey man, that is good news because that means they're commenting and that's engagement. You're welcome. And so this has tangible effects. The creators realize it and they appreciate it. Even if they don't know where to thank you, I'm here to thank you for being a member of Mobile Task Force Sci 42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. Because of your service, Site 42 signal gets stronger and the people we support get stronger. The team effort happens and it's all thanks to you guys, so thank you so much. Speaking of thank you guys so much, Java Name, thank you for gifting 50 green names upon today's Containment Hazard Assessment team. If you are getting one of those memberships, make sure to thank JavaName for JavaName's most gracious generosity to helping us to win the battle against the white names. Rebel Commander, thank you for donating again to say that the audio is fixed. Glad to hear it. Now, Site 42 staff, without further ado, my favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-J, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5175, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on that last one, it's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999-3043-008-J, Spooky-J, 5031-517-5530-8980. Content warning on the last one is a rough read. And just my luck, I don't get one. Intern OC SCP. Reminder, if you continue to like, comment, interact with the channel, YouTube keep track of that. They give you points on your profile in relating to a channel. And we know for a fact that when it randomly hands out gifted memberships, the people who interact more are at the top of the list. So keep liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, chatting on all of our videos and streams, and you too will be on the higher ranked list priority of getting gifted memberships. Whew! All right, Site 42 staff. I am going to go do something to get my mind off the dire warning I have been given from a great and terrible being. I hope you guys had fun today. I hope you guys learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next video or stream. That was supposed to turn around. Long ago, just like the hearse you
die to get in again. We are so far from you. Burning on, just like the match you strike to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. And what's the worst you take for every heart you break? And like the blade you stain, well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst that I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. The credit song is Helena by My Chemical Romance. Be safe, be well, Site 42 staff, and as always, secure, contain, protect.